Hi, here we are, a cooking revolution, and I am here. I'm Julie, and I'm here with my friend Linda again, and she got her CSA box again yesterday, and oh my goodness, she had so many lovely vegetables. But there were some in particular that she wanted some help with. So, would you like to just say if you want to tell what vegetables that you're excited about and then the ones that you want to work with today?
Okay. Well, I feel like I'm pretty good at the common vegetables, but it's the things that, ordering from an organic farmer who I know, who I love, and getting carrots with the tops on them, and and a lot. So I've got carrot tops this week that came. I took them away, separated them from the carrots. A lot of carrot tops, and then I have. And I know this isn't really necessarily available right now in California in the traditional way, but a lot of parsley leaves, a lot of parsley leaves. So I'm looking for some creative ways to use that. Those are the two things. I've got a lot more, which we can talk about: zucchini and squash and yellow squash and cucumbers. But this is what I think is needed.
Yeah. I had an idea for the zucchini. Maybe we can talk about it, but I don't think we're going to have time to make it.
Okay.
And you said you had some fennel fronds as well?
Yeah, well, I used the fennel fronds. I made a pesto out of them, but I have some stems.
Okay.
So I've got the thicker stems and a half of the bulb left, just a small piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I think that flavor would be good in what we're going to make.
Oh, good. All right. Awesome.
Some of them in.
Yay.
I don't know how many you have, but if you want to put some in, then I think that would be good. That'd be a nice flavor.
Fabulous.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you don't want that much.
No, I'll probably use these thinner stems.
Yeah, I'd say like a handful of them.
Okay.
I mean,
Fantastic.
that's kind of how I measure. I say like a handful of whatever, kale or arugula, and if your hand is bigger, that's fine. If your hand's smaller, that's okay too. So for things like sauces, I don't think measurements really matter in terms of the green part. But I mean, the seasonings you do probably want to measure those. So,
okay. All right.
Anyway, so let's get started. We have different ingredients. This is the end of the week. This is Friday, and this is the day where I get replenished because I go to the farmer's market on Saturday. So I'm really kind of low on vegetables. So I had to get some green things to make this sauce. So I have some parsley here that I just washed and have in here, and then I've got some cilantro, which is we're gonna make chermoula is the name of the recipe, and I have cilantro. See, the way I wash my greens is I put them in a salad spinner and put water in there, and then I know I've done this before, but I put water in it, and then it strains out, and I pour the water out from this bowl. And I'm getting a new one of these. I've ordered it. It's on the way here, but this one is just so old and broken, but I still have been using it. And you just spin it like this. The new ones you pump.
Ooh.
A lot easier. Water out of it. Which kids love to do that, but I think they'll like pumping too. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then it spins, and it's like a centrifuge. Spins all the water out.
Yep.
And then you pour it back out. So
Julie, I do have a whole bunch of cilantro.
Yeah. That'll be good. You can put some cilantro in there.
Okay, so I just wanted you to know, I've got carrot tops and cilantro, and you're going to use your parsley and your cilantro, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to put some celery leaves in there and some of the fennel fronds, then maybe you don't. The fennel fronds and the cilantro might be kind of a.
I don't have any fronds. I only have stems.
I mean stems. Sorry.
Okay.
You said stems, but I threw fronds in there. If
I'll tell you what.
If you're going to use the fennel stems, then I think we're going to leave the cilantro. You can leave the cilantro out because I think those flavors might compete too much.
Okay. And then I feel like I should use the cilantro because it doesn't keep forever. I think the fennel stems will keep longer.
Okay.
So I have this nice cilantro, and I've got the carrot tops, which I can use in place of the parsley. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
I do that a lot. And then you can use some of the celery leaves if you want. Didn't you say you have celery leaves?
Got lots of celery leaves.
You can
Okay,
throw some of those in. This actually says to use mint. This recipe usually uses mint, and I had some mint, but it's a little bit old and it's starting to dry. So I may just try to find a couple of green pieces in here to throw in. But I'm probably just going to let this dry, and then I can use it for like tea.
Awesome.
Or use it for dried mint, in a recipe. But I don't usually cook with mint a whole lot. I use it in tea and things like that, and for special recipes. So anyway, I'll just pull a couple of green ones out to put in. All right. So what was I? Oh, we were gonna say something about the celery. So your celery came with all of these celery leaves on it, and you cut all the leaves off. But what I do with mine, I leave it all together. And if I cook with celery, I just chop up the leaves and put it in with whatever I'm cooking. But I put mine in my green drink, so I just use the whole thing.
Is that in a glass of water?
Water, yeah.
That's awesome. I've never seen that before.
And I put it in my refrigerator, so it stays nice and crisp for a week or more.
Wow.
But you can eat the leaves. I have also just put them in salad. Mm-hmm. So use it in place with parsley. It has a really nice. Oh, those are beautiful. I love that. It reminds me of when I was growing up. My mom used to make. I don't remember what kind of salad it was. Maybe it was a tuna salad. I'm not sure. Chicken salad, maybe. I don't know. And she used to put celery seeds in it. And it had a really nice, it has the flavor of the leaves. It was a really nice flavor added to the salad. So just a memory. And I've never seen that anywhere since. So
I like it.
Maybe now. And for a long time, I never could even find celery seeds in the store, but probably now I could, since you can find just about anything that you want. You're frozen again, Linda. I don't.
Okay, you were frozen. Now I'm not. Okay.
You're frozen. You're like.
I'll try to be like this, so if I freeze, I'm just like. All right. Fabulous.
Yeah, freeze in a good pose. All right.
What are we making today?
We're gonna make chermoula, which is sort of like pesto, but more liquidy.
Okay.
But it's the same kind of principle. And it's a North African kind of, I think Morocco and Tunisia, they both have chermoula. And they use it on meats, actually, but I don't use it that way. I put it on whatever I want. So, you can put it on roasted vegetables. You could use it as a dipping sauce.
Okay.
In fact, I'm planning to make tonight a zucchini pancake, which is a Korean recipe, which I had thought we would have time for, but I don't think we're.
Oh. Oh,
we could walk through the recipe at least.
Okay.
But I was going to use it as the sauce for my zucchini pancake. You make I've had little zucchini pancakes like this, but this you fill the skillet, so it's kind of like a frittata. If you've ever had or hash browns, the kind of hash browns that you cook all in one and then you flip it over. So that's what I was going to do. But it's a recipe from Korea, and it's very very simple. And the reason not that I needed to make a Korean recipe, but we have a farmer who is from Korea.
Yeah.
So he sells some Korean vegetables, and this is a Korean zucchini. It looks like just a short, kind of fat zucchini. Pale. But he said it's a Korean zucchini, and I looked it up, and there's a Korean zucchini, and this is what it looks like. So I thought, well, I'm going to make a Korean dish.
Yay!
So, and my son's very excited about that because he is living in Korea right now. So I'm excited when I want to try to make Korean food. So
fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to make it the way I like to make it. It's not the way that the recipes that I've read say. The recipes that I have read say mix up your sauce and then throw in your greens. But I like to just put the greens and the seasonings and then add the oil after that.
Okay. Cool.
So we're going to do it that way. So,
yay!
Put however much of your carrot tops you want. I'm using a small food processor. If you have a bigger one, you could put a good amount. But I'm just going to use, and you want to use stems. You want the tender stems. Actually, for carrot tops, the stems are really not tender. So
no, I'm not using them. I've separated them all already.
Yeah, so you want to just use mostly the leaves from the carrot tops.
How much?
A good handful or two.
Okay.
I just grabbed a handful of my cilantro and I put it in. I may put in a little bit more.
Handful of the carrot tops and a handful of the cilantro, or a handful of your parsley and a handful of your cilantro. Got it.
If you're going to use your celery leaves, go ahead and use that too.
Okay. All right. I trust you.
Let's get my parsley. We'll do the same thing. There. If you want to use a knife instead of just breaking it apart, you can do that too. Parsley stems are a little tougher than cilantro stems. So if you've got some tough parsley, you might want to get those stems out as well. Okay. And let's see if I can find a couple of greenish mint leaves.
I don't have that.
No, that's okay.
I have basil. And dill, but I don't think that goes. Yeah? Probably not.
Basil, no. You have, it might. With cilantro, it could go, but I think you're good. You've got a lot in there.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think that's good. Get that out of the way. I forgot to have another camera angle that I can do. I think we're fine. We're fine. I just have I'm not really chopping anything. We're going to put some garlic in.
All right, whole garlic.
I'll put a couple of cloves, and I would chop it roughly.
Okay. Have you already done it way ahead of me?
I haven't done that yet.
Okay,
So,
good.
so we can do that together. And I'm not gonna change the camera. So
Nope, we're good.
trust,
This is perfect.
I have to trust that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I trust you. And I'm doing the same.
Yep. All
And these
right.
are full cloves, so I'm putting in a handful of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably need gloves on. I have ticks on my fingers, and the garlic is burning.
Oh, I have a tendency to put a lot of garlic in things, so I hope that's okay.
Yeah, whatever your taste, you know, if you don't like garlic, if you don't like a lot of garlic, then don't put much. But yeah, I don't mind garlic, and I don't mind getting chunks of garlic, so stay with me.
I love that you're just like, put in a handful of this and a handful of that and like add some celery leaves, and it's like, okay, am I doing it right? You know, it's like, it's really fun.
There's no right, there's no wrong, so it's
You make
right. And you've never made this, so you don't know if you
no.
like this. But the
I
flavors
will.
will go together. So
All right. So I got my garlic, and I'm just gonna put it in there. Oops.
yeah, I just sliced mine, and I'm gonna put mine in.
Oh, you sliced it. Okay.
I mean, chunks are fine, but slicing was easy.
Just to make it easier to distribute, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Now
all right.
put some seasoning, and I am gonna measure that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a half. I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon cumin. This has a lot of different spices in it. And actually, if you have whole cumin and whole coriander, you can toast them and then grind them and put them in. But we're not going to do that. I mean, it tastes great, but we're just going to do it this way. It's easy.
Okay.
Simple. So I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm looking at it, trying to decide. It's trying to tell me how much to put in. So
Love it.
a teaspoon of cumin.
A teaspoon instead of half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
Okay.
I had something here that I don't want. That's funny because I cook with these three things a lot: chili powder, coriander, and cumin. And so I just, I grabbed the cumin and coriander, and I pulled the chili powder out as well. We're not using this.
Oh, well, we were going to use chili flakes or red pepper, right?
We're going to use red pepper flakes instead.
Okay.
Okay, so Linda, you said you didn't have coriander. That's okay. You can just add a little bit more, like a fourth of a teaspoon more of cumin.
Okay.
And I'm going to add about a quarter teaspoon of coriander. Coriander has a very nice flavor. I love the flavor. It's strong, so you can put a little bit less. We're going to put smoked paprika in.
Okay.
A teaspoon of that.
How much? A teaspoon?
Half. Well, yeah. Well, how much? You probably have more. See, this is all I have.
Oh, yeah. I have more.
Then you might want to add more.
Okay. My instinct is add more.
Yeah, so do that.
I actually quite like that flavor.
Red pepper flakes, just a touch of them, because they can be quite spicy. I would say maybe an eighth of a teaspoon. I don't measure that, but just I put a little bit in my half teaspoon measure.
Okay.
And we're gonna put lemon zest.
Yay!
Zest here.
I have a zester. How much lemon zest? I'll buy Spiel again.
About half of the lemon zest.
Okay.
Well, depends on how big your lemon is. I have just a kind of a medium-sized lemon.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a minute here.
That's fine. Any amount. I have this, I use this is a great zester, this microplane.
Oh, I have that. I was
So,
using this for some reason.
what are you're frozen again, so.
Oh.
I can't see what you're doing, but I hear you. So I'm just, oh, there you go. Oh yeah, yeah, that works too. There.
I have a microplane. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I have something similar to that, but this works very well. And then I just scrape it out off the back. Sometimes it sticks on the back, but then you can just, you know, run your finger. This part is not sharp. So you can run your finger on the back a bit, but don't run your finger on this side because you just have finger in your okay. There. Wash that. And then we're gonna squeeze some lemon in here.
What's that? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Squeeze some lemon. I'm gonna use my lemon, yeah, my citrus, because this has so many seeds. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And I think a half a lemon will be good.
Okay.
Yeah, we can always add more
Okay.
if you think it needs more lemon. Wow, I have these lemons that the last 2 times we bought lemons, there's so many seeds. I don't know if you can see.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Half seeds and half lemon, so.
Wow. That's a lot of seeds.
Yep. All right. So I think we're set. And if we're not,
right.
Okay. We didn't put any salt in here. So I'm going to put, it's up to you whether you want salt, but I like a little bit. I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of salt.
Half a teaspoon. Okay.
Yeah. Like, again, you can add more if you think it needs more salt.
You can always add, but you can't take away.
If you put too much salt in at the beginning, then you've got too much salt.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to come over here. Ready to blend. Now this is a little bit different. Pesto is more like a paste. This is going to have more oil in it, so it's more fluid. But you want the leaves chopped roughly. You don't want it really smooth. So you have some organic olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I also have organic extra virgin olive oil in my olive oil dispenser. So, but I'm going to do this first, just chop it first. Turning it on is helpful. I'm just pulsing it. All right, wow, there's hardly anything in here now.
How much do we want to pulse it, Julie?
Okay. I had one cilantro stem that nothing happened to it. Everything else was chopped, but I had one cilantro stem still sitting there. So I had to do again. Okay, now after it's all chopped, water.
We're adding some water, did you say?
After it's all chopped, you're going to want to add some olive oil.
Julie, how much do you want it to be chopped?
Just, rough chop. I don't know. Can you see this?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. And now we're adding olive oil.
Now we're going to add the olive oil. If I can get the top back on my.
That's the trick, right? You took it off. Ah!
All right, so then turn it on. I usually turn it on low and just add. And I don't like as much oil as what recipes usually say. So you just add the amount that you like. But I'll show you what I do, and then if you want to do that or add more, then go ahead. So
Okay.
okay. So remember I said that this is more a liquidy than paste. I need to get a scraper here. There. So if you can, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, wow.
It's not pasty, it's more liquidy.
Oh, okay. Got it. Mine's turning out more pasty because I added more oil.
And you have more leaves, so you're probably going to add a little bit more oil.
Here's mine.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So let me get a little bowl to put it in.
Pretty interesting. I like it. Between the pepper and the lemon, it's got this interesting bite to it.
Yeah. The first time I made this sauce, because I'm really good at seeing a recipe and saying, oh, well, I don't have any of those ingredients, but I can use something instead.
Yeah.
I use carrot tops. So,
nice.
And I thought it was a really nice sauce. This is going to be a little bit strange to try it like this, but maybe you'll get a tortilla chip to put it on.
Okay.
That might be good. Or I could have cut a little bit of this celery here, but this will be good. You could even use this in like a salad dressing. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Salad dressing, but this would drizzled on top.
Yum.
Mmm. Oh, good. Very nice.
Smells wonderful.
Now I have to chew the chip. Oh, woo, there's a little bit of pepper in that.
Oh yeah. I didn't heed your warning and added some extra pepper, and I'm like, ooh, that's spicy. Spicy.
That is good.
So that's super fun because you gave us the feeling of just sort of going by, cooking by heart,
I mean, if you feel more comfortable following a recipe, then please do follow a recipe. But don't feel like you have to follow the recipe. If it's a similar, like you didn't have parsley.
No.
But you had carrot tops, which you could use that in place of parsley. If you had not had the cilantro, then I would have suggested using the stems. But you could use arugula in it if you wanted.
Wow, that's exciting.
And maybe it's not the recipe from Morocco, the way they make it in Morocco, but the seasonings, the flavoring of it, oh, that looks beautiful. Very nice. Oh, I love that. Yay.
Yay.
You could also, if you have like roasted vegetables.
Yeah.
You could drizzle that on top because, sometimes, I love roasted vegetables, but sometimes you just want something a little different.
Yeah, little something.
On top, or a baked potato. Put that on a baked potato.
You
That
could
would,
add some rice to spice it up.
yeah, yeah.
What's interesting to me is that I used half of my cilantro. I still have a lot of cilantro.
Yeah.
And I still have a lot of carrot tops. So
well, you try this try this. If you like it, you can make more of it.
That's right. That's right. I appreciate that.
It was really, really
Absolutely.
simple. And that's, like if I have a lot of carrot tops, I just make sauces. I'll make pesto with carrot tops. And I don't use cheese in my pesto. I just like walnuts and whatever.
Wonderful.
Or carrot tops or radish tops or anything. But I'll make sauces with my greens. It just adds, it gives a lot of nice flavor. It uses your extra greens. So yeah, so you've got a lot. You have a lot of greens. Something else you can do, if you juice, do you do juicing at all?
I don't, not right now. I haven't been. So.
Well, I hear you because I don't either. You can use your greens in juices as well.
This is fun.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm just going to briefly tell you. I know you have to go in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do with my zucchini.
Yummy.
As I said, this is a Korean recipe, and I have a hard time following recipes. I don't know. It's to do really small julienne pieces, and I thought, well, why do I want to do that? I'm going to shred it. So it's going to be cooked in a pancake. So what difference does it matter if it's very fine, thin julienne slices that are this long? I'm going to shred it. So that's a whole other. So you mix the shredded or julienne zucchini with water. The recipe said 1.5 cups of it. So I'm probably going to, whatever this is, however much this makes is what I'm going to use. And
equal proportions of that zucchini and water is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So if you want to measure it and see, but it's a 1/2 cup of water, a 1/2 cup of flour. I'm going to use rice flour in mine. And what else was in that? I can't remember. It seems like salt. That was it. You mix it up, and then you put it in the bottom of a skillet. You put oil in a skillet. It said sesame oil, but I don't like cooking with sesame. I don't like using sesame oil a lot. It doesn't agree with me to use a lot. So I'm going to use sunflower oil.
Okay.
And you just press it into the bottom of a skillet and cook it. It says for a minute or two. I'm going to cook it until it's really brown on the bottom. And you flip it. Have you ever made hash browns like that where you have to keep pressing it
okay,
because you want it to be thin and crispy. So then you're gonna, if you can't flip it, you can slide it onto a plate. I wish I could demonstrate it, but you kind of slide it onto a plate, and then you put you turn the plate over onto the rice.
Yeah. Love it.
So then you cook the bottom of it for another couple of minutes until it's really nice and crispy. And
wonderful.
I think this sauce is going to be great with it.
Wow, how fabulous. I love this, Julie.
Yeah.
You're up a whole new world of simplicity.
Yeah. So, and I know you said you have a lot of zucchini and squash. We made the chips before with turnips. And I don't remember what else you used. You had turnips, didn't you?
I had turnips and radishes.
Yeah. Use your zucchini and squash for those chips also.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I never would have, I don't know why I would never have thought to do that, but that makes sense.
You can even lightly bread it with cornmeal and flour, or I use rice flour. And
right.
Lightly bread it and cook it the same way that we cook those chips. Really.
Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, Julie, thank you so much for helping me use up some of my ingredients. I have to say that this is so tasty. I know it's gonna strike me in the moment when I'm preparing a meal to put a dollop of that on the plate, or just to be with the experience of it. And I think the next time I make it, then I'll be able to adjust spices knowing how it tasted. There's a lot of brightness from the lemon, a lot of garlic. I put an extra garlic. I know I mentioned that. And it's really green, I'm sure, because of the celery top. So, depending upon the flavor that I'm going for, I think I'm going to have a lot of creative flexibility. And thanks to what you shared, I'm going to feel really confident doing it. So thanks for making it simple. I don't have to have a recipe.
Yeah, just use your intuition. And that's how you use up your celery leaves and your carrot tops, is just throw them in whatever you're cooking. Just if you're cooking something, just throw a few in. Not a lot.
Makes sense. I think I'll just chop some of these up in advance and put them in a container so I can just reach in and grab them and throw them into something. Wow, thank you.
Really brighten up your meals. So
wow, thank you so much. I just feel like an honor to do this in a new world. Chermoula, huh?
Yeah. So this is from Morocco, North Africa, not just Morocco, but
so exciting. Can't wait.
You can feel like you've traveled to another world.
I have. You've helped me travel. Thank you.
Making the Korean pancake, the zucchini pancake. So
can't wait. I'm so excited to try that too.
So the rest of your afternoon, evening, and have a good. And I'll be talking to you soon.
I can't wait to cook with you again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks for making it simple.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.